Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss. We are from A group, so today we will present our presentation about ESP. But first, let me introduce our group or my group. I am Kunia Pinkan as the first speaker and also moderator, and my friends. Randa Trias as the second speaker, Bimo Aditya as the third speaker, Bariki Al-Zahabi as the fourth speaker, Fuji Okta Indriani as the fifth speaker, and Sri Rahayu as the last speaker. Okay, let's start this presentation. I will explain about definition of ESP. ESP, or English for Specific Purpose, is a new approach in teaching and using English for specific fields and studies that are in accordance with the needs of the fields of science and profession of the English users. And these fields of knowledge and professions include English for law, English for medicine, psychology, engineering, economic, and etc. This is intended to prepare learners to use.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Randa Trias Mersa, NPM 17040077. I will explain about definition of ESP according by expert. The first one, Hutchinson and Waters. Definition of ESP as an approach to language teaching in which all decisions as to connect and method are based on the learner's reason in learning. The second, Robinson viewed ESP as an enterprise involving education, training, and practice, and drawing upon the three major realms of knowledge, namely language, pedagogy, and students or participants' specialist area of interest. And then next, Richard and Rogers saw ESP as a movement that seeks to serve the language needs of learners who need English in order to carry out specific roles. And then the last one, the more detailed definition of ESP comes from Stephens, who definition ESP as a particular case on general category of special purpose language teaching. He further revealed that definition of ESP is needed to distinguish between four absolute and two variable characteristics.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Bimo Aditya and I'm from the first group, A group, and I will explain about the area of ESP from depend on the profession. First, let's see. From the first researcher, Alison began to teach career teaching French on the secondary school sector in New Zealand. Several years later, due to the declining enrollment of Europe language in the second school, Alison began to teach English as a second language at Tertiary College. He taught middle level students there for several years and then stopped also holding classes for immigration and focus on the secondary sedentary skills such as job application, administration and so on. One day the director called him to tell him that the college will introduce the course of English for medical doctor. Their new student will become immigrant and doctor who need examination for medical medical exam, and English language test so they can work as generally professional in the country. For the next researcher, Daria graduated in teaching English language test so they can work as generally professional in the country. For the next researcher, Daria graduated in teaching English as a foreign language in Turkey and almost immediately found a job at one of the large public university where English is spoken as the language of the instruction. Most students are spoken as the language of instruction. Daria spent a year in preparatory school studying an intensive English language program before starting subject studies in the department. Daria has taught in the intensive program for several years. Recently, the Faculty of Engineering at the university expanded its doctoral program. For the next is Kathy and Louis Katie. Louis were complementing a postgraduate degree in teaching English to speakers of the other language, TASOL, he said. The speaking is which they respond to an advertisement job to us teachers to work in defense training facility in military in US. The facility trains military personnel from various countries and aim to improve their technical English speaking and English skill at least. Students Katie and Louis are pilot. So that means after starting of teach at the facility, Kathy and Louis realized that students interest in English for their own benefit. Next is John. John studied law at the university in Australia. In her final year, she starting ESOL part-time to supplement her income. He felt he enjoyed it more than the law, and after completing his law degree, he taught ESOL full-time for 3 years before taking the master degree in TASOL. For the next, Estelle found after teaching primary school in New Zealand for a number of years, she need change direction. He want to work overseas, and she studied diploma in TASOL. She has started course at ESP. After graduating, Estelle landed a job and 2 years of a vocational college. The first assessment to teach Estelle is English for the management. The course has only been running for 1 year, and Estelle has told she needed to prepare new teaching material because there was not enough course content. And for the last, you know what the last is? To understand an area in teaching SP, that's what the scenario provided by Bakturman. And for the last, the scenario above illustrates several different contexts. So after graduating, Estelle landed a job and 2 years of a vocational college. The first assessment to teach Estelle is English for the management. The course has only been running for 1 year, and Estelle has told she needed to prepare new teaching material because there was not enough course content. And for the last, you know what the last is? To understand an area in teaching SP, that's what the scenario provided by Bakturman. And for the last, the scenario above illustrates several different contexts. So the different context is describe the differences that when teaching English for academic purpose, EAP. Darby and John who both work in university setting and teach English for study-related purpose. Teaching English for professional purpose, EPP. Alison, Katie, and Louis. Also Albert, who teach English to doctor, pilot, and company executive that teach English for occupational purpose, EOP. And for the last is, that's all from me, Bimo Aditya. That's explain about the area of ESP based on the researcher and professional. Thanks for the Thanks to watch the video and thanks. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya akan menjelaskan di sini tentang areas pengajaran ESP. Areas pengajaran ESP ini terbagi menjadi 3. Yang pertama itu English for Academic Purpose atau EAP. EAP ini dibagi menjadi 2 juga, menjadi English for General Academic Purpose dan English for Specific Academic Purpose. Contohnya di sini ada 2. Yang pertama itu English for Academic Writing and English for Law Study. Oke, yang kedua English for Professional Purpose atau EPP dibagi juga menjadi 2. Yang pertama English for General Professional Purpose atau EGPP dan English for Specific Professional Purpose ESPP. Contohnya terbagi menjadi 2, English for the healthcare sector and English for nursing. Number 3, English for Concurrent Purpose atau EAOP dibagi juga menjadi 2, yaitu pertama English for General Optional Purpose and English for Specific Optional Purpose. Contohnya di sini ada 2 juga, menjadi English for the hospital industry and English for hotel receptionist. Untuk lebih lanjutnya, mungkin dari teman-teman bisa melihat tabel yang akan dilihatkan. Oke, sekian, terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Pujata Indriani and I will explain about the means of ESP according to experts. The masters review the state of ESP teacher education in the United States and found that at that time there was no ESP track and a teacher program, even though one university was in process of building one, and a handful of universities had courses in the topic. According to Howard, surveyed UK universities and found that 3 over NA programs that specialize in ESP and a large number of courses are covered in the topic. City University of Hong Kong currently offers the ESP track NA, and a number of other universities around the world offer NA programs as part of their NA TESOL program. However, only a portion of the teachers who came to work at ESP have received such formal training. And according to Ellis, describes language pedagogy as concerned with the ability to use language in communicative situations. The workplace or academic situation can be said to be just a few of them, part of the whole. And according to Cook, distinguish between external and internal goals for language teaching. External goals can be attributed to the use of language outside the classroom that can accomplish many things in the real world, such as being able to buy groceries or provide medical information. Internal goals are related to educational goals in the classroom to improve attitudes towards speakers of other languages, promote thinking skills such as analysis, memorization, and social goals. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sirahayu. I'm the last speaker. Here I want to explain you about the effectiveness of ESP. Actually, there are 2 effectiveness of ESP. First, ESP is given when they are pursuing an academic education in accordance with their field of interest. It means that the student learn to use English directly in the context of their disciplines for both academic or non-academic interests. The academic interest here is being able to read, listen, write, talk about related the contents English or related of discipline. For example, like talking with lectures, friends, write like review, and then hearing news in English and many others. And the second effectiveness is prepare to the world of work, as well as we know now English is absolutely a requirement to find a job. Many job interview sessions require a TOEFL or use English as an introduction. The ESP course, which they take while in their upgraded studies, can also play a dual role in preparing them the accurate freelance skill of their work. I think that's all my explanation. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.